Championship was producing some of the greatest drama and excitement seen in that code for many a long day. The competitive year began well for Galway against Clare at Thurles on May the 3rd in the National League final.
This is Steve Mahan in towards Brendan Linsky at full forward. Ian O'Ryan leaving it for Joe Cooney. The goal poacher supreme, Joe Cooney. So the opening 2 points of the half coming to Galway. And after Clare doing so well in the opening 20 minutes of the match, they really have got to bring themselves up by the bootlaces once again. Johnny Calnan in towards Tommy Guilfoyle. A goal! Smashing score by Tommy Guilfoyle. 1-7 for Clare, 2-6 for Galway. Tony Kilkenny. Now will that goal settle down this Clare team? Ger O'Loughlin. Intended for Ger McInerney or Tommy Guilfoyle. Held by Conor Hayes and a free in. Well, this is a gilt-edged chance to put just the minimum between the teams. Interestingly, it's Ger McInerney who's taken the free, going for a goal. He's got it, and Clare are in front. 2-7 to 2-6 the possession. Well, that really has set the cat among the pigeons. It really is anybody's game now. But here's Linsky at the other end. There's another goal chance here for Galway this time. Anthony Cunningham. It's a goal! Quick as a flash, Galway have gone back into the lead. In it goes, it's out to Tommy Guilfoyle. Towards Val Donnellan. The shot by Victor O'Loughlin, swept away by Peter Murphy. The goalkeeper still kept in play. Victor O'Loughlin, the shot, the save. It's there. The goal has come. Sil Dolan, the scorer. Clare know what they must do. They've got to go for a goal. Michael Guilfoyle down towards Sil Dolan. Jerry McInerney. His first touch eluded him, but it's saved by Peter Murphy at the second attempt. Just for a moment, there was a goal chance on for Jerry McInerney. Joe Cooney, one of the stars of this match, back there on his own 40-metre line. There's the whistle, and Galway are the champions. It's Galway's league title, and what a titanic struggle we got. And a proud moment now on this breezy afternoon for Conor Hayes as the cup is held aloft. The Ford League trophy goes west to Galway.
Well, the league decider turned out to be just a sign of things to come for Galway, but a lot was to happen before the summer was out. In the Munster Championship, Limerick and Waterford set the pace with a cracking game at Thurles.
Noel Collins, the man from Rowan Moore, stepping up to take this first sideline cut. Delightfully cut in away towards Pat Bennett, but away by Pat Carey. That will give the young full-back a bit of encouragement. Here's Jimmy Carroll, just back from a month's suspension. Down into open space. Pat McCarthy, back in the action, foul straight away. So here's a chance for Paddy Kelly to give Limerick the lead from just inside the 45-metre line. Just inside that right-hand post. Limerick go in front thanks to Paddy Kelly. Pass towards Kevin Ryan, the Waterford captain. Pat Bennett lets it behind him to Pat Kramer. That's Donny Barry. Down to Terence Kenny, who's made rather a nervous start. He's been ever present in the Limerick plan since Damon Cregan and his selectors took over. This is Gary Kirby firing it in, putting it over the bar. A second point for Limerick. Gary Kirby, the scorer. Now Leonard and Jimmy Carroll going for the one ball. Noel Collins for Waterford up towards his full forward, John MacDonald. That's Pat Kramer. A fresh air stroke, and the referee saw an illegal cut across the arm that time, and it's going to be a free in for Waterford. Kieran Dillahunty will be the taker. Puts it over the bar, and it's 2 points to 1. Very much a shirt sleeve day, just a light gentle breeze blowing, but plenty of sunshine about. No, Leonard misses it completely. Here's Barry Parr, his side behind by a point towards Kevin Ryan, the captain. Shane Ahern, oh, brilliant shot, marvellous save by Tommy Quaid. He gives away the 65, but lightning quick in his reactions. And a very deserved round of applause for Tommy Quaid's goalkeeping. What a superb shot that was by Shane Ahern. The player is just back from the All-Star tour and brilliantly smothered by Quaid. The 65 by Pat Ryan is swung over the bar and they're level again. So, second time of the match, the sides have been level, 3 points apiece. Liam O'Connor kicking it away. Why wouldn't he? Last weekend he was playing for Waterford footballers against Clare in the championship. This is Daithí Foran having a real fight with Terence Kenny. Good clearance under pressure. Peter O'Connor first to the ball in his second championship season. No Leonard Anning to it. Pat Ryan trying to break it up there with Liam O'Connor very much steady as a rock at centre half back. Towards John MacDonald. The player slips inside as Donny Barry tries to get the ball out. Here's John MacDonald, scored 4-4 in a recent challenge match to Pat Bennett. There's a goal for the taking here for Waterford. Pat Bennett, the scorer, saluting that pass from John MacDonald. Waterford go a goal and a point ahead. What a tangle the Limerick defence got itself into, however. John MacDonald, the player in possession, with that sweet pass to Bennett, and somehow it was scrambled in and over the line. Barry Power looking for another point. Will it curl in? Yes, it does. They lead by a goal and 2 points. Waterford 1-5, Limerick 3 points. And there are 18 and a half minutes gone in this first half. Well, Waterford went into this match having fallen sharply in the last couple of weeks from the heights they set in March when they beat Cork. But that dugout, I'd say, is pretty happy at the moment. Eamon Cregan had a quiet word with him just a couple of moments ago. Pat McCarthy. By Mick Quaid, it goes on to Pat McCarthy again. There's a goal for the taking. Brilliantly saved by Pat Curran. Oh, that's one of the best saves I've seen for quite a few seasons. It brings the crowd to its feet. But really, Pat McCarthy should have buried it. Instead, he tried to lob it past the goalkeeper, and Curran made a splendid save. Well, Collins cutting it in well towards John MacDonald. Not quite sure if he got a touch to it, but it was good goalkeeping nonetheless by Tommy Quaid. And now struggling to get out the clearance. Oh, he gives it straight to John MacDonald. To Delahunty, the point. Kieran Delahunty's fourth score. 2 of them were from frees, but that was a well-taken point towards Delahunty. This is Noel Collins. There are men loose outside him. Collins goes it alone and a good point. They've been on the defensive for the last 10 minutes. But Noel Crowley, Noel Crowley, the scorer. Jimmy Carroll drops it down. This is Noel Crowley. He really has worked terribly hard in this first half. There was a foul on Crowley. And Kieran Delahunty will take the free. He's scored from 2 frees so far. 4 points in all is his tally for the first half. Make that 5. So Waterford extend their lead 1-9 to 7 points. And Crowley's had a very, very good first half. But certainly this championship tie, anything but an open and shut case. Who meets Cork in 3 weeks' time in the semi-final is very much in the balance. Comes back to Jimmy Carroll, beating 3 Waterford men. To Kenny, and Terence Kenny scores just after a minute in the second half. Kevin Ryan, it's all a little scrappy and untidy. Kieran Delahunty getting it inside to Noel Crowley, and Crowley gets his second point. Seems to be Anthony Carmody, the player who's coming on. So can Anthony Carmody make the difference between these teams? Here's Pat McCarthy on his way for goal, perhaps. It's a point. And in the last 5 minutes, Limerick have scored 3 points without reply, and gradually they're cutting back that Waterford lead. Now it's the turn of the Limerick supporters to try to rally behind their side. Terence Kenny again from 47 metres or so, and another point, his second in the second half. Certainly Limerick doing an awful lot better in the second half. Still not playing very well, it must be said, but doing so much better than in the first half. Shane Fitzgibbon trying to come more into the game, leading Daithí 4 in the merry dance. The hand pass across the goal towards Danny Fitzgerald. That's a goal, and Limerick are in the lead. Some spectacular wing play, and the pass across to Danny Fitzgerald, who buried it away to the goalkeeper's left. And Limerick lead by a point. Nice catch under pressure. Shane Ahern. Nicely inside towards Michael Welch. Catches it cleanly. They're level again from Michael Welch. Towards Terence Kenny. Getting by Pat Ryan. Can he give his side the lead again? Pursued by Jimmy Beresford. The hand pass outside to Danny Fitzgerald, but he might have gone for a point chance himself. So responsibility passed over to Danny Fitzgerald, having to go really the hard way about it. To Anthony Carmody, the substitute in the second half, and finally the point comes. Well, they seem to be making it awfully difficult for themselves. Pat Curran, the Waterford goalkeeper, with the puck out. 4 minutes to go. The Waterford fans who long for the days of Tom Cheesty and Frankie Welch and Phil Guinan and the others, well, they must be refreshed by what they've seen this afternoon. Pat McCarthy gets it inside to Terence Kenny. Can this seal it? Yes, it's a goal! A goal by Shane Fitzgibbon. Limerick lead by 2 goals and 15 to Waterford's 1 goal and 14. Nice combined play by Terence Kenny, setting up Shane Fitzgibbon, and his finishing was expert.
And that was how it finished. Limerick winners by a single point, and they were through then to a semi-final meeting with Cork. In Leinster, the big guns were in action the following week. Kilkenny began the defence of their Leinster title against Westmeath at Portlaoise. As it happened on the day, Kilkenny had very little defending to do.
Liam Walsh, half-back, taking the sideline cut to Christy Heffernan. And a point from Christy Heffernan, opening up the score after 4 minutes. Ger Fennelly. Kilkenny, without being all that fast in their play, they're total control in all the areas that matter. Here's Pat Welch from Kieran Brennan, and another point. Nonchalantly stroked over the bar. That's 5 points to 0. And they've hardly broken a sweat yet. Christy Heffernan. Switching the direction. He's a big, big fellow. Very hard to shake off. Sean Greville almost lost it. Towards Richie Shaw, which was not the wisest of actions. Harry Ryan was there. So too, Liam Fennelly. And a goal for the taking, and it was coming from very far out, and it all came from that poor pass from Sean Greville, and big Christy Heffernan was there to get the finish. Diddy McCormack towards Pat Clancy, kept it moving towards David Kilcoyne. He's well beaten, however. Frank Houlihan can't get it away from defence. It comes to Michael Kilcoyne. Nicely inside towards his brother Sean. Sean Kilcoyne is held, and is it a penalty? It is. Well, this might be the break they require. Sean Kilcoyne held as that ball was lobbed in from out the field from his brother Mick. Here's the shot. It's a goal! A job well done by Mick Kilcoyne. Liam McCarthy inside towards Christy Heffernan. Richie Shaw, the marker, well beaten. That's stopped by Tommy Doyle in flight on its way towards Liam Fennelly, but it comes to Pat Welch, and he buries it in the back of the net. But that shot by Pat Welch was brilliantly executed right into the corner of Sean Greville's net. Jerry Kerwin close for half-time. Kilkenny very much the masters at this stage, leading by 2 goals and 10 points to Westmeath's 1 goal and 4. This meeting of these teams in Portlaoise, something of a historic event indeed, because 50 years ago this year at this venue, these teams met in Westmeath's one and only Leinster hurling final. They were beaten by Kilkenny. And Westmeath under pressure straight away, with Brig Christy Heffernan ranging in on goal, stopped however. And the shot goes wide. And here's Pat Welch, who can be well pleased with the opening 35 minutes. Scorer of a goal and a point. Lester Ryan. Very much authority behind that stroke. Brian McCabe down towards Sean Kilcoyne, or David Kilcoyne here. The 2 Kilcoynes in the full forward line. It's a goal! It's just what Westmeath have needed. That long clearance out of defence found the 2 Kilcoynes in an attacking position. It was David Kilcoyne who got there first, and he hand-passed it past Kevin Fennelly. Kilkenny will probably have geared their training to peak later in the championship, but Westmeath, knowing this is probably their one and only chance to do something this year. This is their All-Ireland. That's David Kilcoyne. David Kilcoyne's got 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes, and Westmeath are right back into it. 3 goals and 4 points to 2 goals and 11, and David Kilcoyne's finishing was absolutely inch perfect that time. Ger Henderson. Liam McCarthy. Will that rock Kilkenny into some kind of action? Because they've missed a lot of chances at the start of the second half. But here's Liam Fennelly robbing Tommy Doyle. Inside for Kieran Brennan. Surely he'll score a goal here. He couldn't miss from that angle. The combination of 2 Kilkenny players, with Kieran Brennan the one who was there to get the finish in off the butt of the upright. And it's 3-11 to 3-4. Nicely taken by Liam McCarthy, trying to get inside the defence of Michael Murtagh. The shot on the point. It's a splendid young player, Liam McCarthy. Another fine point from him. Nicely judged again by the centre forward. In towards Christy Heffernan, or Liam Fennelly. Stopped on the line by the goalkeeper. Scrambled in and scrambled over. The umpire raises the flag, and for a moment anything could have happened, but Pat Walsh was the one again who set that up in towards Christie, with Liam Fennelly there as well, and the goalkeeper couldn't hold on to it, and it was scrambled over the line by Christy Heffernan. Pat Welch off the feet of Brian McCabe. McCabe launching himself into the attack, down to Pat Welch for Westmeath. Towards Sean Kilcoyne. Joe Hennessy just keeps it away from him. Down to Jim Fitzsimons. Stopped by Kevin Fennelly, and Sean Kilcoyne's there. And it's another goal. Yet another goal. The Kilcoynes combined. And I think it was Sean who got the final touch. And that's the 8th goal in the match. An amazing game for goals.
That same day at Portlaoise, Offaly met Dublin. Now, Dublin had hopes of doing well in the Leinster Championship this year, but absolutely nothing went right for them against the Offaly men.
Declan Fogarty got a touch to that. Here's Joachim Kelly on the follow-up. Trying to get it inside towards Pat Connors, the cool dirty player. Connors with the ground hurling shot. Never connected properly. And the goalkeeper's missed it completely. Did it go over the line? No. The umpire's perfectly positioned and a good save. But the chance is still there. The referee's whistle goes. And the green flag. Total confusion in there, and the umpire signalling that the player was inside the square. Or was he? The goal's been given. Well, total confusion that time in there, and Ger Coughlin very much involved in it, and also the goalkeeper missing it completely the first time, and the shot buried away at the second attempt by Seamus Coughlin.
It comes back here to Brendan Keeshan in the centre of the field. Remember, it's 1-5 for Offaly, 4 points for Dublin, who made such a good start. But that goal was a real body blow. Danny Owens in towards Joe Dooley. And another goal. This time it's Joe Dooley. Again, the defence in disarray. Goalkeeper not quite sure whether to commit himself or not. And the two players in the white helmets combined. The midfielder Danny Owens lobbing it in and Joe Dooley applying the finish. And it's been all Offaly for the last 25 minutes, leading at the moment by 2 goals and 3 points. Very much ahead in most areas of the field as Pat Cleary swings this one in. And a lovely long-range shot from Pat Cleary to get his second point of the afternoon. He may have started somewhat hesitantly, but he's finishing well now. The last stroke of the first half, and the teams go in at the end of what has been a fairly disappointing first half. 10 points separating the sides at half-time. Dublin will have the breeze for the second 35 minutes, but I wonder, will they be able to claw their way back into this one? One-handed by Niall Howard towards Ger Hogarty. Kieran Flannery showing too much of it to MJ Ryan. From an acute angle, it's a good point. A deserved round of applause for MJ, getting his second point of this second half. And Andy Gallagher there with his team of Offaly mentors must be quite pleased with the way this game has transpired. Ger Hogarty in the square. As he scored, the referee calls for the ball. And we'll see the action. Is it a penalty for that pull down of Ger Hogarty? Referee Pat Delaney. And yes, it's a penalty. So Ger Hogarty pulled down in the square, and 3 men on the goal line. Here comes Howard, misses it completely, and that about sums up Dublin's afternoon in Portlaoise. Nothing but nothing going right for them. So a golden chance of scoring a goal that might have edged them some way nearer their opponents. Completely missed by Niall Howard. Joey Morris towards Ger Hogarty. Brian McMahon. Oh, it's off the butt of the upright. How unlucky. Oh, he curses his luck. Brian McMahon was there competing with Ger Hogarty to get that ball for Dublin. He had the chance and it came off the butt of the upright. And it sums up Dublin's afternoon. Towards MJ Ryan. Aidan Fogarty. Flannery has the shot blocked down. It comes back to MJ Ryan, who made that catch a moment ago. And fouled by Aidan Fogarty. So with 9 minutes remaining, will Niall Howard go for a goal, I wonder? He's trying it, and he's got it. Off the stick of Jim Troy, but it counts as a goal for Niall Howard. The player who missed the penalty about 5 minutes ago makes it Dublin 111, Offaly 218 with that low shot. And off the goalkeeper and in. Peter Pringle. Niall Howard across towards Shane Dalton if he can move in smartly, which he can. There's another goal here. Batted out by Jim Troy. The follow-up stopped again by Jim Troy. A double save by Jim Troy from Shane Dalton. The referee's whistle sounds and it signals a free out for Offaly. Well, that was a nice build-up, and Shane Dalton ran onto it smartly. It was well stopped the first time by Troy, but having difficulty getting it away, Dalton was in the second time, and another good save by the Offaly keeper.
A week later, the spotlight turned back again to the Munster Championship. The meeting of Tipperary and the National League finalist Clare at Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney was only the beginning of one of the most dramatic chapters in hurling history.
In towards Bobby Ryan, knocked down towards Nicholas English, stopped by Owen McMahon. Nicholas English again, it's a goal at the second attempt. Tipperary 1-1, Clare 1 point, and it was Nicholas English who got 2 bites of the cherry. There was the first shot, stopped by the goalkeeper Owen McMahon, who could only scramble it. The angle was very acute, but the determined Nicholas English swung it wide into the corner of Owen McMahon's goal. Nice catch by John Kennedy. Scrambled just far enough out to Colin Bonner, but not Such a good shot from him. It comes out to James Shanahan, 45 metres out from goal, in towards Ken Hogan, and over the bar. James Shanahan, the number 8, with Clare's second point, the first from play. Up towards Nicholas English, touchdown for Donny O'Connell on the drive. To Pat Fox, there's a goal here for the taking, stopped however by the defence. Owen McMahon, the goalkeeper, doing well, but they're not out of danger yet. This is Jerry Williams right near the end line. And through players from Clare converging on him. John Russell, the one who took it away. The referee blows the whistle. He saw a foul by one of the Clare defenders, and it's going to be a free in for Tipperary. But so near to being a second tip goal on that occasion. So 11 minutes gone. Pat Fox with a chance to increase Tipperary's lead, just keeping it inside that right-hand post. It's a goal and 2 points to 2 points for Clare. Tip leading by a goal. And Donny O'Connell, the one who was involved, laying it wide to Pat Fox. And notice how well the goalkeeper did. Here's Tommy Guilfoyle. Stopped by Ken Hogan. A little bit casual as two Clare players were there next to him. One of them, Michael Guilfoyle, getting it into Jerry McInerney, who was the other, to Tommy Guilfoyle. Hand passing it, saved by Ken Hogan. Good save. What a good piece of goalkeeping that was by Ken Hogan, as Tommy Guilfoyle, fairly outnumbered, resorted to the hand, and it was well stopped by the keeper. Towards Nicholas English, most of the passes going his direction. Knocked down to Colin Bunner. Remember, the sides are level just before half-time. Colin Bunner with the shot, blocked down, however, by Micheál Glynn. Second time to Pat Fox, and it comes off the goalkeeper, and it's gone wide. Pat Fox, for the second time in the match, had the goal at his mercy after a good build-up involving Colin Bunner. Clare go in, leading by a point, 8 points to Tipperary's 1-4. James Shanahan, foul as he was picking that one up, but getting it in dangerously towards Tommy Guilfoyle, who struck out on John Heffernan. And Tommy Guilfoyle has already been booked in this match, and the referee is calling him across, and I think he's going to go off, yes. The referee has sent off, referee Terence Murray sending Tommy Guilfoyle off as he struck down on John Heffernan that time. A correct decision. There's another 11 minutes to go, so a battle for survival of the fittest. Bobby Ryan going for goal, comes off the goalkeeper's stick. That's a fine save. John Maroney in pursuit. Back to Bobby Ryan. It's there for the taking, this match, in the next 9 minutes. Johnny Callanan. The hand pass was a bit over-ambitious, and that's Aidan Ryan, who's fought so hard, tirelessly on the half-forward line, to Pat Fox, turning sweetly, and it's over the bar. There's a goal between the sides, and Pat Fox making all the difference at right corner forward. 112 to 12 points the position. That's Phil Kennedy, down towards John McGrath. Jerry Williams touching it forward into space towards Nicholas English. There was a doubt about his ankle before this match, but he looks very refreshed and very fit looking. That's a nice block down by John Russell. This cornerback has done remarkably well for Clare in this tie. Well, that's a good interception by Paul Delaney across towards Pat Fox. What a good little piece of skill. But a good block down by Micheál Glynn. This game really beginning to come to life in the last few minutes. And again, it's Pat Fox, the architect of Tipperary's lead, as they lead by 4 points. And he has done so much to engineer that position. Tony Fitzpatrick there with James Shanahan. They're raiding in on goal. It's there for the taking. Jerry McInerney, it's a goal! Is it? No, it's wide, it's into the side netting. Oh, I think everybody in Fitzgerald Stadium thought that that was the equalising score. But look at the cluster of players in front of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper nowhere at this stage. Jerry McInerney put it in. He was celebrating, but it was wide. Here's Nicholas English trying to turn inside John Maroney. Here's Scully. Stopped brilliantly. Tapped away from goal by Owen McMahon. The referee looks at the watch. There's still a few seconds left. Micheál Glynn Aidan Ryan under the dropping ball, now operating, it seems, as an augmenting left half back. Micheál Glynn. Nice catch by Cyril Lyons. Cross towards the unmarked man on the far side of the field, Michael Guilfoyle. Here's Jerry McInerney. It's a goal at the level! What a dramatic way to end this Munster Championship semi-final. Clare were dead and buried. Tipperary were already celebrating, but Jerry McInerney has made up for his lapse in the league final this season. He knew what he had to do when he picked it up about 14 metres out from goal. He struck it with great determination past Ken Hogan, and that's it. The ball hits the back of the net, and with it the referee blows the final whistle, and the sides must live to fight another day. Tipperary were celebrating. Seamus Burek, the manager, is out there to embrace his star corner forward. It ends. Tipperary 113. Clare 113. What a conclusion it's been.
So Jerry McInerney rescuing Clare and making up in some way perhaps for that missed goal in the league final. Well, the draw between Clare and Tipperary was a sign of things to come. The drama continued the following week in the game between Cork and Limerick at Thurles.
Here's Tom Cashman, who skippered Cork to All-Ireland and Munster success last year. Kieran Kingston trying to get it in. This is Tomás Mulcahy. Cross towards Kevin Hennessy, this year's Cork captain, trying to get it inside the defence. That's Pa Carey, leaving it for Noel Leonard. They get into a right angle, but this is Pa Carey out of the match in the game against Waterford in the first round. That's Gary Kirby swinging it across, nicely taken by Shane Fitzgibbon, who's playing at top of the right into Pat McCarthy. Will he go from here? Yes! Limerick take the lead. Pat McCarthy, the scorer. That burst downfield with Shane Fitzgibbon connecting nicely with Pat McCarthy, who beat the goalkeeper Ger Cunningham with the hand pass. So a goal inside a minute. That's a very encouraging start for Limerick. Here's Kevin Hennessy, trying to get it into his grasp, beating Peter O'Connor. Oh, it comes off the butt of the upright and out into general play again. What a let-off that was for Limerick. Cork coming so close to getting their opening score. Beautifully caught by Teddy McCarthy, who's really asserting himself. Driving it down, driving it over. That's a point to rally aside by Teddy McCarthy, who's been switched by the Cork mentors into midfield. Teddy McCarthy, who really has his appetite in for this Munster Championship. Really looks like he wants to win. That's Kevin Hennessy getting the favourable drop of the ball off Peter O'Connor. Hennessy still lurking. Menacingly forward, Kieran Kingston there too, and that's Tommy Quaid robbing Tomás Mulcahy, and it was Ger Fitzgerald who got the final swipe at it. But the Limerick defence was really being sorely tested that time, but it all comes to naught thanks to a very good save by Tommy Quaid. Here's Terence Kenny, he's a very big fellow, in towards Pat McCarthy, who started so well. Shane Fitzgibbon couldn't hold on to it, and that's knocked away by Dennis Walsh to Tom Cashman. Out towards Ger Fitzgerald, who's moved out into the half-forward line. Kevin Hennessy is now full forward in the Cork team. That's Tony O'Sullivan's stroke, and it's over the bar. That's a nice point by Tony O'Sullivan. In towards John Fitzgibbon. Comes down to Kieran Kingston. It's a goal! Kieran Kingston, the scorer, and Cork have gone in front. It was Kieran Kingston who did all the damage, and there may well have been a deflection off a Limerick defender as it went past Tommy Quaid. So there's the whistle for half-time, and a deserved round of applause from all the supporters here in Semple Stadium. They've enjoyed that first half. Just a point between the teams, and Cork go in the leaders, leading by 1-7 to 1-6. And just listen to the buzz of the fans. Leonard Enright is coming on for Limerick. A couple of weeks ago he was ill and couldn't play against Waterford, but he's in and playing at full-back. And Pa Carey has gone across to right cornerback. 3 minutes into the second half. Score as it was at half-time. Kept in play by Kieran Kingston. Cross towards Kevin Hennessy. Towards John Fitzgibbon. Oh, he buries it! Cork are magic, the fans say, and it's John Fitzgibbon who met that brilliantly, and his manager is there to say, well done, John. But just look at it, it's a nice pass from the end line by Kieran Kingston, and Fitzgibbon made it first time, instinctively, top corner of the net. John Fenton towards Teddy McCarthy. What a lovely catch. In yet again. Off the line by Tommy Quaid. And it's somehow scrambled out over the end line. But once again we saw panic stations in the Limerick defence as Teddy McCarthy made that spectacular catch. And at the second attempt, it's knocked away, scooped away by the goalkeeper. Eamon Cregan now has the worrying task of seeing his side score just 1 point in the opening 12 minutes of the second half. Here's Tom Cashman. First time direct style of hurling that Cork like to favour. Mickey Mullins here. On to John Fenton from the 45-metre line, in towards Kieran Kingston. Goal! A second goal in the match for Kieran Kingston. Saluted by the fans, he really is in great form. That low pass by John Fenton into Kingston, the turn was nice, the shot was devastating. And what this game so badly needs right now is a couple of Limerick scores to bring them right back into it. Plenty of time still to go, 20 minutes. Jim Cashman and his brother Tom running from right half back onto that one, down towards John Fitzgibbon, who was scooping low to pick it up. Has the chance now. The post in front of him, down towards Teddy McCarthy. Mickey Mullins is lurking as well. Here's McCarthy. Mullins away to his right, off balance, but brilliantly stopped by Quaid. Back to Teddy McCarthy, however. But what another very fine save that was by Tommy Quaid off the stick of John Fitzgibbon. Ger Hegarty bursting through, getting inside Tony O'Sullivan's cover, going for goal, stopped by Ger Cunningham, who makes a second good save in the space of 2 minutes. Dave Punch firing himself up for this line ball, dangerously across the goal. It's a goal! From the line ball, Gary Kirby gives Limerick a bit of hope. So now there's just a goal and a point between the teams, and anything can happen yet in a hurling match, as you all know so well. There's just a goal between them. Pat McCarthy has a goal and 3 points to his credit. 3-10 then to 2-10. Donny Barry racing out to it first time ahead of John Fitzgibbon towards Mickey Mullins. Mullins sweeping it on to John Fitzgibbon. There's the winning of the game here. He's missed it. His first touch let him down when the ball was played delightfully into his path. He knows he's missed a chance that could well have sealed it for Cork. Stopped by Pat Hartnett, down to Terence Kenny here, just outside the 45-metre line. Coming back to Ger Hegarty. In it goes, towards Shane Fitzgibbon. Pat McCarthy there too with Tom Cashman. Cashman, not such a good pass out from goal to Shane Fitzgibbon. The point. Shane Fitzgibbon's point means there's just 2 points between the teams. 3-10 for Cork, 2-11 for Limerick. Dave Punch, the sideline taker, towards Pat McCarthy. The catch by Shane Fitzgibbon, it's a goal! A goal by Shane Fitzgibbon! And in the space of a minute, Shane Fitzgibbon has scored a goal and a point. Limerick lead, and it all came from that sideline ball by Dave Punch. It found Shane Fitzgibbon, and he found the back of Ger Cunningham's net. Are the All-Ireland champions on their way out of the series? Cork going for an unprecedented 6 in a row of successes. The free to Cork, John Fenton, can he level up the scores? He's put it wide. Dramatically, Cork missing a late chance. Kevin Hennessy takes the free quickly to John Fenton. Towards the unmarked Tony O'Sullivan. Can this be the equalising score? No! It's gone out. The Limerick fans cheer. It's as good as a goal for them. Eamon Cregan, the manager, I wonder what he's doing out there. I think a stone has been thrown in, but play continues.
The big question, of course, can Cork yet come back? We're half a minute into injury time. Jim Cashman down towards Teddy Mulcahy, towards Kieran Kingston. The shot, the point, the level. The sides are level, and Kieran Kingston very much the hero. Minute and a half now into injury time, and it's all over. And the sides finish level, unbelievably so, for the second week running. The Munster Championship unresolved. Cork, the champions, 3 goals and 11. Limerick, 3 goals and 11.
Another draw in Munster, and surely the Munster Council were thinking at this stage that all their birthdays had come at once. June 22nd was a very busy day in hurling, with 3 major games down for decision. First off, we're going to see that replay between Clare and Tip.
Hadcox, Ger Loughnane, getting it out for Clare. Donny O'Connell trying to get it through. First Bobby Ryan. Perhaps a goal for Bobby Ryan. Yes, he put it through. It came through towards Bobby Ryan. He cut inside. Owen McMahon was unsure. He thought perhaps that Ryan would put it to the other side across the face of the goal. Instead, he went for the near post. Aidan Ryan working so hard on that left hand side towards Nicholas English. There's something on here. Nicky English going in. He'll hardly be stopped. He's not just a goal. Well, frankly, Nicholas English had been disappointing for the first half an hour. He'd hardly been in the game, but he's such a good hurler that he only has to wait. And after showing patience, well, he got his chance. It was a shift from the left to the right, and then pace, a good eye, and from point-blank range, well, he simply couldn't miss. It can still come, however, for the Claremen. Jerry O'Loughlin towards Danny Chaplin. Chaplin, the substitute, at full forward. Not through, but put out by Ken Hogan, the goalkeeper. Good goalkeeping. He was vigilant there, Ken Hogan. He took no chances and scooped it out. Donny O'Connell. A good run from Donny O'Connell right in front of the goal. There's a goal here. Donny O'Connell, the scorer. It broke to Donny O'Connell. He's a very forceful kind of hurler, Donny O'Connell. He likes to attack. It was a cracking drive. Owen McMahon could do nothing about that one. James Shanahan towards Jerry McInerney. He'll try to bury one here. Jerry McInerney under a lot of pressure. He gets it through. Brilliantly stopped by Ken Hogan in the goal. Nicholas English. Will he try to get it across to Bobby Ryan? He turns his man, Nicky English. He puts it into the net. Nicholas English runs onto it. Now Bobby Ryan pulls to the left. John Maroney has to stand his ground. Owen McMahon was perfectly positioned, but Nicholas English had time to look up and find the net.
Well, after a shaky start, Tipperary's championship ambitions right back on the rails again. Meanwhile, in Leinster, there were 2 matches that day. And first, we're going to see Offaly against Laois. Offaly, the beaten finalists in '86, against a Laois team who themselves had been serious championship contenders a few years ago, but were now struggling to keep in touch with the big guns in Leinster.
Backyard comes over towards Pat Cleary. Paul Delaney breaks it up for Laois, down towards Billy Bohar, but stopped. Goes towards Joe Dooley. It's Seamus Coughlin who's got it. Seamus Coughlin's the goal scorer, punching the air with delight. That long ball into the square. Joe Dooley broke it down, and Seamus Coughlin was raiding, and he finished perfectly. So Offaly have taken a 1-point lead, and that's come in injury time in the first half. Beautifully driven in, lovely skill. It's a point. Oh, one of the nicest pieces of skill in hurling. Brendan Keeshan's first point, and his side lead by that one solitary point again. Pat Delaney, PJ Cuddy getting up towards Seamus Plunkett. Seamus Plunkett getting inside, Eugene Coughlin, still Seamus Plunkett, over the bar, might have had a goal. That's Pat Cleary trying to get it up on his stick, stopped by Paul Delaney. Joachim Kelly being converged on by two Laois players, but he gets it in nonetheless to Seamus Coughlin, to Joe Dooley, raiding on goal, whipping it over the bar from an acute angle. That was a nicely taken point by Joe Dooley, his first of the game. Eugene Coughlin, Paul Delaney, and here's Michael O'Sullivan raiding with a chance of a goal for Laois, and he puts it over the bar. Oh, he should have taken the chance for a goal.
Offaly through then to yet another Leinster final in the 80s. Laois beaten by the same opponents for the third year in succession. Now Kilkenny and Wexford did battle on that same bill at Croke Park that day. 12 months ago, the semi-final meeting between these two sides had been an absolutely epic struggle. Could Wexford turn the tables this time?
Mr. Ryan. Wexford have made a nervous start despite getting that opening point. Liam Walsh in towards Liam McCarthy. A drive towards goal. The hand pass, and it's stopped by Ted Morrissey. Back it goes, however, and it's a goal! Harry Ryan, the scorer. It was a good piece of goalkeeping initially by Ted Morrissey, but when it came back out to Harry Ryan, he drove it in low and hard and into the back of the net. That was into the arms of Ger Henderson. Ted Morrissey took it well, the forward line converging on him. The long keeper doing well. A nudge from behind on Sean Whelan. The referee allows an advantage to Wexford as John O'Connor pushes it downfield, long delivery, down towards the full forward line to Martin Storey. To Martin Quigley, the two Martins linking up inside with towards Tom Dempsey. The goalkeeper's out. Martin Quigley across to Seamus Fitzhenry. It's a goal! It went wide across the goal mouth, out to Fitzhenry, and a brilliant finish right into the back of the Kilkenny net. Towards Ger Fennelly. Sean Fennelly being challenged by Tom Dempsey of Wexford. Good clearance by Tom Dempsey, down towards John Fleming. Joe Hennessy, the cornerback, trying to get it out. Billy Byrne, the shot, the save by Kevin Fennelly. Billy Byrne still in there with Martin Storey. Paddy Prendergast there too, and Martin Quigley. Quigley's in possession. Stopped by Ger Henderson as they all range it on goal. It goes off Ger Henderson, and it's gone for the first 65 of this all-action clash. Very good save that was by Kevin Fennelly, incidentally. Liam Turner. Hefty shoulder on Liam McCarthy. It's towards Liam Fennelly. Trying to draw his man out of position at all times, linking up with Harry Ryan. The shot ahead wasn't exactly a shot, it wasn't exactly a pass, and it was easy for the goalkeeper. Half hooked over by Pat Welsh, and Kilkenny there in numbers. The goalkeeper way out of position. There's a man on the line all right as Pat Welch goes in, and there was a dangerous flake across the legs of Pat Welch. The referee had blown the whistle in any case. Seamus Fitzhenry, but down for Billy Byrne. Well blocked by Lester Ryan. Billy Byrne again, trying to get his forwards inside moving. Towards Martin Quigley, a push. The referee's whistle sounds in any case, and it's a penalty for that push inside, I think by Paddy Prendergast on Martin Quigley. And the penalty is the verdict right before half-time. Jimmy Houlihan, the taker. It's stopped by Joe Hennessy. It was going away from goal, and Joe Hennessy made a marvellous save and whipped away the danger, using all his old experience to save that time. So Wexford still with it all to do. Liam Fennelly and Harry Ryan for Kilkenny. Harry looking for support, gets it from Pat Welch. Picked it centre forward, but playing on the wing into the unmarked Harry Ryan, raiding in on goal, the chip, the point, and there are 2 points between the sides again. Joe Hennessy down towards his favourite half-back position to play away that ball. Into Liam Fennelly, gets between 2 Wexford men, the shot of the goal! He left 2 Wexford men in his wake. He got a goal like that last season against Wexford as well. But it was Joe Hennessy who set it up for him, and he got in between Sean Whelan and Tony Welsh and buried it right into the corner of Ted Morrison's net. Here's Seamus Fitzhenry. It's whipped away quickly from him by Liam Welsh. Eamon Cleary delivering the pass up towards Martin Quigley. Quigley now playing at top of the left. Jimmy Houlihan's gone in full forward. Quigley in possession. Across the goal, but again, John Henderson perfectly positioned to make the catch. But not getting anything likely. And it's Martin Storey coming, raiding on goal, off the goalkeeper's stick. It's in from Tom Dempsey. The goal that Wexford have required. And it's come 13 minutes into the second half. Tom Dempsey, the scorer, burying it right into the back of the net. Kilkenny were beginning to get very much on top in most sectors. John O'Connor. It goes to John MacDonald, starred in the recent World Cup final against Offaly, which Wexford won. Martin Quigley on towards Seamus Fitzhenry, looking for his second goal. It comes off the bottom of the upright, and so narrowly near to being another Wexford goal. How unlucky. A lovely pass delivered into the path of Seamus Fitzhenry, came off the bottom of the upright, went right across the goal and near to the end line. Ger Henderson, what a tremendous game he's played at centre half-back. John O'Connor breaking it up. The referee says play on towards George O'Connor. Stopped, nicely taken by Ger Fennelly. It comes to Pat Welch. Back to the experienced Ger Fennelly. Looking around in good combined play by the Leinster champions. Sean Fennelly over the bar. Oh, what a lovely bit of skill. And that all came from sensible combined play by the Kilkenny men. Pat Welch. Now he's back at centre forward to Liam Fennelly. The razor-sharp forward outside to Liam McCarthy to finish this match. It's the goal by Liam McCarthy. He didn't strike it all that sweetly, but he didn't really have to. The two Liams combined for the second time, and it was Fennelly to McCarthy, and the shot was low and it beat Ted Morrissey.
Well, hopes of a Wexford revival dashed for another year, and so the Leinster final then would be fought out again between Kilkenny and Offaly. Down south, the replay of the Cork-Limerick semi-final took place on June the 28th at Thurles. It was a hot, humid afternoon, but I can tell you the temperature on the pitch was several degrees higher as Limerick fought out a gallant battle and John Fenton produced a moment of magic.
Just over 9 minutes gone, John Fenton to take the sideline ball, his side yet to score. The goal! After 9 minutes, Kevin Hennessy breaks the deadlock. The defence in a dither as the line ball came over from John Fenton, and Cork have gone in front. Plenty of cut and thrust in this championship match so far, and I think the crowd's still waiting for the fireworks to happen. Kevin Hennessy with two Cork men there, John Fitzgibbon, one of them! Oh, the fireworks have started in a real way for Cork. John Fitzgibbon, who could have won the match on his own last time around. That time, his finish was absolutely unerring, right into the corner of Tommy Quaid's net. Liam O'Donoghue, one of the most experienced of the Limerick defenders. John Fenton's positional sense has been perfect so far. That's his ally, Jim Cashman. And what an alliance as Jim Cashman swings it over the bar. And now Cork lead by 2 clear goals. It's Jimmy Carroll. But Corkmen seem to be there in great numbers, backing one another up. John Fenton hitting it on the volley and straight between the posts. What a display this is in the Munster Championship semi-final by John Fenton. He makes the score. Cork 2-7, Limerick 5 points. That's the Cork bench. Frank Murphy, the county secretary, nearest to camera. Dave Punch looking for a score. Limerick have needed it. They've been out of it for a long, long time, and that point comes 3 minutes before half-time. That's touched on by Jim Cashman into space. Tomas Mulcahy with Leonard Enright. Comes for John Fenton. Oh, what a brilliant goal! That's a smashing goal. The smile on John Fenton's face says it all. That's one of the finest goals I think I've ever seen in Semple Stadium. Just look at the ball landed in space. Fenton whipped onto it first time, and Tommy Quaid just heard it whizzing past his face. Well, is there now a Limerick recovery? They're behind by 10 points. Jimmy Carroll. Limerick badly needing a score. Johnny Crowley fouls Pat McCarthy outside the 20-metre line. Paddy Kelly was having a word there. Yes, they must be going for a goal. They're leaving it for Pat McCarthy. Now, they need a goal badly here. They're 10 points behind. 5 men on the goal line. Pat McCarthy's shot. It's stopped. Ger Cunningham there, but Dennis Ward saving it. comes out to the middle of the field to the waiting Jim Cashman. Battling away bravely with Park Kramer. Limerick not giving up the fight. There's another 35 minutes to go. Terence Kenny with a shot, and he's put it wide.
Well, no doubt about the outcome the second time round, and what a goal that was by John Fenton. And so then, the Munster final would be fought out between Cork and Tipperary. And memories came flooding back of those finals of 84 and 85. Absolutely fantastic games, but with heartbreaking outcomes for Tipperary. Would 87 be any different? Well, it turned out to be very different, all right.
Richard Stakelham, the taker. Easily held by Dennis Walsh. Back in by Joe Hayes. A great deal of ground hurling already in the opening 4 minutes. Aidan Ryan from about 50 metres out, striking sweetly and scoring. The first goal to the Munster final, scored by Aidan Ryan of Forrester Lay. Mulcahy getting it up to John Fenton. Joe Hayes. The two tip midfielders have started very promisingly. That's to Nicholas English. Can he get a second point? Yes, he can. This is a very encouraging start by Tipperary. Hartnett was bustling with Donny O'Connell there. Dennis Walsh playing very sharply on the Cork half back line, giving it to the unmarked John Fenton, looking for Cork's opening score. He's got it. The scorer of a goal and 13 points in the championship coming into this match. And that from the middle of the field, a fine strike. Fox has a shot blocked down by Dennis Walsh. The second attempt blocked down by Van Hartnett. It comes loose over to Donny O'Connell. O'Connell is through, looking for a goal. He's satisfied with the point. 5 points to 1. Donny O'Connell, the scorer. Tomas Mulcahy trying to make a positive start to the second half. In it goes to Kieran Kingston. Blocked down. Second chance. Great save. Brilliant save by Ken Hogan. Oh, a marvellous reflex save. And Richard Stakelham, the captain, goes in to say, well done, keeper. He had 2 bites of the cherry that time. The first saw it blocked down by a combination of the 2 cornerbacks. And that second attempt was going into the top of the net. But Ken Hogan got there. With Kevin Hennessy. Hennessy winning. 20 minutes out from goal, looking inside for his options, the hand pass, but it's cut out and cut out well by John Heffernan from Éire Óg Nina. Nicholas English trying to touch it on to Donny O'Connell, the centre forward. Van Hartnett's his marker, and that's a nice bit of individual skill by Donny O'Connell, who was fouled after he released that ball. Seamus Gibson was out for it. Conor Donovan hooped it away. John Fenton tried to feed it inside towards Kieran Kingston. On towards John Fitzgibbon. Off the goalkeeper. No second attempt. Nice goalkeeping again by Ken Hogan, but Fitzgibbon should have made better use of it. So let's just take a look again at that bit of consternation a moment or two ago as John Fitzgibbon was raiding, but straight at the goalkeeper's body. John Heffernan here. Nice cornerback play. Joe Hayes lifting the siege inside towards Nicholas English. This to settle the Munster final with the boot. Would you believe he scored? Deprived of his hurley, but with inch-perfect accuracy, that pass delivered by Joe Hayes from way out the field over the heads of the fullbacks. And with a nice, well-timed run, Nicholas English, deprived of the stick, kept his cool, held his head at the right moment to slot it wide of Ger Cunningham and into the empty net. Ger Fitzgerald unable to get it up onto his stick, but it comes to Hennessy. He scored some great goals in the past for Cork. Mickey Mullins missed it. And it's a goal by Kieran Kingston. Cork are ahead for the first time. Cork take the lead with 3 minutes to go. Kevin Hennessy, the one who got the first chance, getting inside the defence, held up briefly. There were 2 men inside on mark. Mullins missed it completely. It fell for Kingston and he rifled it in the head of Ken Hogan. So what a dramatic game. Cork have taken the lead, leading by a point. Mulcahy to Fenton. Is it straight? It is. John Fenton has now scored 12 points inside the last minute of play. Tip know what they must do. Get 2 points or get a goal and win it. Tip of a free just inside the 45-metre line. Well, a last-minute goal for Tipperary would certainly be a very sweet victory for them, for those who can remember 84 here in Thurles. Pat Fox is the taker. He's content with a point to cut the lead down to the very bare minimum. It's 10 seconds to go. Possession here vital. Tipperary on the attack. Stopped by Dennis Walsh. Jim Cashman there. The loose ball picked up by Bobby Ryan. Seemed to be a pick-up, but the referee says play away. It comes to Nicholas English. This to settle it. He's held up and it's a free-in. A free-in for Tipperary. We're into time added on for injuries. This the most crucial point that Pat Fox has ever taken. To level it up. The sides are level. It's Cork 118, Tipperary 118.
And so as the 60,000 spectators made their way away from Thurles, they knew that they had seen a classic. The replay was down for Killarney the following week. It was hard to believe that anything could match the drawn game for drama and excitement, but that replay managed it.
Most of Ger Cunningham's puck out seemed to be going cross towards Richard Stakelham's wing. This is Colin Bonner. Played so well with Joe Hayes last week at midfield. Hayes out today because of a broken thumb. Tom Cashman from the middle of the field. It's come down to the waiting Kieran Kingston. Off the goalkeeper, well saved again. Nice positioning by Ken Hogan. Ken Hogan made a couple of very fine saves that time. That last one getting down very low to save. Touchdown by Pat Hartnett. And one wonders at this stage, with Tipperary needing a bit of inspiration, will they consider a change? Nicky English! Great goal! Oh, that's a brilliant goal, and it's brought the side right back into the match. Watch it again in replay, where it all started there with Patch Fitzell booting it forward, and it was aided on by Aidan Ryan between Richard Brown and Bobby Ryan. And what a great finish that was by English. That goal may have come somewhat against the run of play, but it was just what the match needed. John Fenton lifting it in towards the small square, kept in play by Kieran Kingston to Tomás Mulcahy, trying to drive inside, the shot, and it's gone in. Somehow it went in beyond the goalkeeper. Tomás Mulcahy, the scorer, from an unbelievable angle. And what a reply that was to English's goal for Tipperary a moment ago. Watch as it came in from the acutest of angles. Kieran Kingston kept it in play, down to Mulcahy, and just watch the goalkeeper in this bit of action as Mulcahy barged his way forward, quite legally. The drive at the near post deceived the goalkeeper and dropped in. Both Fox and Fenton now the scorer of 5 points each for their sides. Tony O'Sullivan, who got one late in that first half, inside towards Tomás Mulcahy. Well, it's gone off a defender. Tiperary's defence not handling that situation too well as Tony O'Sullivan chipped it in. Watch for Tomás Mulcahy, the goalkeeper in distress, but it's a 65. Teddy McCarthy with that very daring catch. And once again he extends Cork lead. They lead again by 4 points. He's had a very sound game on the 40. Turn forward again in towards Pat Fox. Johnny Crowley having a testing afternoon. That's Nicholas English into the path of Pat Fox. Pursued by Johnny Crowley, but there's a goal chance here for the taking. Oh, it's there! Or is it? No, it's not. It hit the woodwork and came out. There were Tipperary supporters celebrating a goal by Pat Fox. General confusion down there. Supporters being ushered off the ground as that point comes in from Pat Fitzell. But what an absolutely bizarre incident that was. It seemed to have been a levelling up score as Pat Fox nipped inside Johnny Crowley following this chip by Nicky English. He had yards on Crowley, who was closing. But what about the finish? As we watch, everyone thought it was a goal, but no, it came off the woodwork and came out. Teddy McCarthy once again a superb catch. It's been a real feature of this match. Then off balance out near that sideline, flinging it in towards Tony O'Sullivan. Cork are back in the lead, but the goal is disallowed. The goal is disallowed. They'll argue about it, and they're doing more than arguing. The umpire's deciding that Tony O'Sullivan was inside the square. Watch it once again as Teddy McCarthy made that fabulous catch 45 metres after his own goal, out towards the sideline. touch for Tony O'Sullivan, number 12. Was he inside the square? Well, it's very doubtful from here. Perhaps he was just in about a foot. John Quinton bats it down. What a tremendous Munster Championship match this is proving to be. A great year for Munster hurling. Ger Fitzgerald breaks the stick. Tony O'Sullivan points. Corker in front again. Good work by Tony O'Sullivan getting his third point. Tip know what they must do. They have to point or goal. No room for delaying now. It's between Donny O'Connell and Pat Hartnett. Nicholas English going through. What a vital moment this is. Over the bar, the stands are level. That was the sensible thing to do, I think, in the circumstances. He might have gone for a goal and tried to win it. The fourth draw in the Munster Championship goes into extra time. In fact, he doesn't know, but there were 5 seconds on my watch left as he burst inside. He held the hurley rather tightly, just to punch it over the bar and level up the matters. Teddy McCarthy can't hold on to it. It comes to Colin Bonner, and Tips seem to be far superior in midfield at the moment. Nice delivery to Donny O'Connell. Will he go for a goal or a point? He went for a goal. It came over to Brown. Michael Doyle. Tipperary have scored. It's a goal for Tipperary. Can you believe it? Michael Doyle, the Holy Cross man, introduced as a substitute, has scored a goal following that initial build-up by Colin Bonner, who eluded Johnny Crowley's challenge, the hand pass inside to the unmarked Donny O'Connell, and watch as he went for a goal, and it came off Richard Brown into the path of Michael Doyle, who beat the goalkeeper and right corner back. What a Munster Championship it's turned out to be this year. Towards Dermot McCurtain and Kevin Hennessy. Knocked over towards the near side of the field. Teddy McCarthy with 2 Tipperary men, eager and anxious to get it. The 2 Ryans, and it's Aidan, the younger of the Ryan brothers, who belts it forward with the boot to Pat Fox. Inside the 45-metre line, Dennis Mulcahy and 2 other Corkmen next to him. Inside towards Nicky English. Richard Brown can't hold on to it, but gets a vital touch. Good confident full-back play by Richard Brown, who hasn't let the side down, to Pat Fitzell. Inside to Michael Doyle. This to wrap up the Munster final. Yes, a goal. A second goal by Michael Doyle. This is absolutely unbelievable. Michael Doyle, an inspired substitute in the extra time period, scored after Richard Brown broke it out initially, but couldn't get it away properly. Pat Fitzell played it in quite low to the unmarked, and what about that for marking? Michael Doyle rounded the keeper, or attempted to, and in the end hand-passed it in. John Kennedy, the sideline taker, with 2 minutes to go. Into space, Dennis Walsh running back for it. Oh, he's left it behind him. Another chance for Donny O'Connell. Another goal, yes! Oh, it's unbelievable! The Tip fans are racing in. Donny O'Connell's having more trouble with the fans than he had with the Cork defence that time, as John Kennedy let in that sideline ball. It was a mighty pack, helped on, and just wait as Pat Fox went over there to challenge Dennis Walsh. Good vision by Pat Fox, spotting Donny O'Connell on the burst, driving inside, and yet again he beats the goalkeeper with a hand-pass goal.
The long wait was over at last for Tipperary. They'd won the Munster title for the first time in 16 years. And ironically, they'd won that title where they'd won the previous one. That was in Killarney back in 1971. In the Leinster final, Offaly looked all set to relieve Kilkenny of their title. But to quote the cliché, this was definitely a game of 2 halves.
Right at the start, Liam Fennelly, I can tell you, has gone in full forward for Kilkenny, and their half-forwards, Richie Power and Pat Walsh, have also changed wings. But defending, John Henderson for Kilkenny. Left to Ryan. Blocked by Joachim Kelly in the centre of the field. The first scoring chance for Offaly. And there's the captain to lead by example. After only 35 seconds, the opening score from Joachim Kelly. Declan Fogarty giving it to Joachim Kelly. Can Offaly counter-attack. Joe Hennessy to cover. Good defensive play by Joe Hennessy. Quick as he came to that one. Down towards Harry Ryan, who had the goal chance. Richie Power wearing number 10 but playing at left half forward. A good physical and fair challenge from Aidan Ferguson. Good hurling in the opening minutes. Beautifully struck overhead by Danny Owens. Joe Hennessy has to cover again. He's the busiest back on view today, Joe Hennessy, and we've only had 6 minutes. John Henderson, good hurling into the middle of the field. This is fast from both sides. Left to Ryan, looking for Pat Walsh. Speed here from Pat Walsh. Through towards Liam Fennelly. Harry Ryan had stayed off his man. He'd lost his hurley too. Paddy Corrigan. Sean Fennelly has also lost his hurley. Ger Fennelly. Driven in by Ger Fennelly. A mighty effort from the Kilkenny midfielder, Ger Fennelly. That's a superb point. Oh, that's a wonderful score, and how fitting that Ger Fennelly should end a splendid passage of play with that lovely point. Hard pulling by Danny Owens. Liam Walsh, a neat pickup. He's run into trouble, however. Pat O'Connor has come out to challenge the Coolderry man. Swinging it in. Kevin Fennelly keeps his eye on it, but it's gone over the bar. Pat O'Connor from Coolderry will save with that one. He was under a bit of pressure, but he eased his way towards the sideline and landed the point. 4-2. Ger Fennelly's 2 points, keeping Kilkenny in touch, but Offaly, if anything, are playing the better hurling in the first 10 minutes. Liam Fennelly and Eugene Cochran. Liam Fennelly shoots, goal! It was a fascinating prospect. Liam Fennelly playing again on Eugene Cochran. Eugene is undoubtedly one of the game's great fullbacks, but Liam Fennelly showed last year that he had the speed to get away from Eugene Cochran. It was speed that told there. Control told too. Beautiful striking, balance, poise, and a goal to remember. Danny Owens. Nicely in from Danny Owens. That's his second point. That one too was smartly taken. The Offaly half-back line playing much better now. There's one of them, Pat Delaney. This one will come, however, to Ger Fennelly. He'll have to shake off a couple of tackles here. Ger Fennelly then, looking for the point. That's good play by Ger Fennelly. He's the one Kilkenny man who's keeping the black and amber flag flying today. And Pat Henderson wants better effort, and he's not at all happy with the first half performance. You see him looking at the watch. He can't wait, I'm sure, for half-time. And Kevin Fennelly puts out for Kilkenny. Referee Pat Delaney to match down. He blows the half-time whistle. The score, Kilkenny 1-5. Offaly 14 points. That may surprise some people. This has been an untypically hesitant Kilkenny performance. Offaly, on the other hand, are oozing confidence. Kilkenny are 5 points down. 5 minutes into the second half. This is the time for Ger Fennelly to whip home a goal. It's blocked. It's put wide. John Henderson, good hurling in the air. Nicely taken down by Ger Cochran. Joachim Kelly. In and over the bar from Joachim Kelly, and he calls for greater effort from his players. Christy Heffernan towards Harry Ryan. Liam Fennelly. He broke away from Liam Fennelly. Aidan Ferguson to Brendan Keeshan. Down towards Pat Cleary. Sean Fennelly there for Kilkenny. He'll have to go again for this one. Scoops it out towards John Henderson. To Christy. Well turned, Christy Heffernan. Should take the point here, Christy Heffernan. That he does. That's much better than the big man from John Moore. And Ger Fennelly with this sideline cut. Sweeps it in. Kieran Brennan waiting for it to fall. Blocked by Harry Ryan, but he's lost his hurley. Pulled on by Kieran Brennan. It's gone in. Was it Liam Fennelly who put it in? 2 front of the goal mouth there. Kilkenny swung. That man is Kieran Brennan, trying to get it in. Jim Troy saved it at the first attempt. It came off his left boot. Liam Fennelly rushed in. Yes, it was Liam Fennelly who finished it. Joe Dooley battling for it. Sean Fennelly battling for it. Brave play by the Kilkenny man, Fennelly. Down towards Christy Heffernan. The big man is on the march. He gives it to Harry Ryan. Harry Ryan. Over the bar. Ger Fennelly. Beautifully touched. Liam Walsh to help. He's having a great game, Liam Walsh. Every time Kilkenny sweep forward, Liam Walsh seems to have a hand on it. Harry Ryan, a buzz from the crowd again. Pat Walsh, giving it to Christie. To the substitute, Tommy Lennon. Credit Tommy Lennon there with the score, but credit the other Kilkenny forwards who were patient in the build-up. Gave it one to the other, in over the bar from Tommy Lennon.
Kilkenny then coming good in the end and through also to the All-Ireland semi-final and a meeting with Antrim. The other semi-final between Galway and Tipperary promised to add to the 87 Championships' reputation as one of the best for years, and it did not disappoint.
The check on the watch by referee Jerry Kirwan then, getting ready. So will it be Tipperary's 31st or Galway's 16th All-Ireland final appearance? Tipperary playing into the goal on our right, Nicky English, and he's got the opening score after just 9 seconds. What a blistering start. Trying to thread it through towards Joe Cooney, taking it back himself. Here's Linsky unmarked, but quickly closed down by the Tipperary cover, but they've left a loose man on side as Martin Naughton should be the equaliser. It's a goal! Galway have got in front! Martin Naughton was courageous, but there was very loose marking by Tipperary. Richie Stakelham came across to augment his centre-back, left his man unmarked. Naughton spotted the gap in front of him. Instead of going for a point as they thought he might, he spotted a gap and into the left of Ken Hogan's net. What a start this has been after just a minute and a half's play. Well, it certainly says something for the quality of this fixture when experts everywhere haven't been able to predict the victor. Lovely turn by Joe Cooney. A nice sidestep and delightful skill as he gets away from his marker, John Kennedy. Slots over the point. John Heffernan augmenting the half-back line. Beautifully taken by Colin Bonner. The goal in front of him. Knocking it inside to Donny O'Connell. O'Connell who got a goal on the point against Cork in Killarney 3 weeks ago. Main loose inside him. And he took the wrong option. He really should have taken the score himself. Instead he tried to link up with Bobby Ryan inside. Getting it the second time. In towards Donny O'Connell. It comes towards Martin McGrath. The other blonde player up there, Aidan Ryan, runs into a hefty shoulder from Tony Kilkenny. There's the shot from Ryan. Has he got the accuracy? He has. It's the 5th Tipperary point. Breaks up the play towards Donny O'Connell, who's getting very little change out of Tony Keady. Trying to link up inside with Nicky English. The goalkeeper thought about committing himself. Half committed himself, left it there for English. And back on the line is Peter Finnerty. Oh, he justifies his recall to this side, having come back from America 4 weeks ago for this contest. So near to being a Tipperary goal, but Peter Finnerty denies them. A splendid piece of goalkeeping from the right half-back. Steve Mahan. Paul Delaney picking it up, trying to push forward to join the attack, to apply some pressure on the Galway defence. Donny O'Connell having to go way out to the right wing to make a bit of an angle for himself. Paul Delaney was right up there following the play. Back from Fox to O'Connell. The angle's getting more acute. Straight across the goal, Peter Finnerty there. John McGrath, so to Nicky English. English in possession. Is it a penalty? The referee's whistle sounds. It's in the back of the net, but it's going to be a penalty. Pat Fox the taker. His side behind by 6 points. The goal! A goal which ignites Tipperary hope. It's brought the Tipperary fans to their feet. So 1-13 to 1-9 at half-time. And this time it's Tipperary playing down into the goal on our left. Martin McGrath threads it through towards Donny O'Connell. This time he shoots first time. And they make another fine start to the second half, same as the first half. That after about 10 seconds. Donny O'Connell's first point of the afternoon. Joe Cooney And Aidan Ryan is back there with John Heffernan. Heffernan with the clearance. Downfield. Through the feet of Silver Linane. Martin McGrath trying to link it up in towards the full forward line towards John McGrath. Held off by Conor Hayes. And the linesman is signalling that it's going to be a Galway ball. Taking that one, but straight to Martin McGrath. Make amends, can he? Angling himself for the shot. And it came off the post and it's wide. Did it go off the post? Yes, it did. And outside. The referee waits as Brendan Linsky tries to get it up onto the stick, booted forward. But it comes out of that melee to Conor O'Donovan. Here's Linsky again. Again, he tries to survey his options. Back to Pat Malone, substitute in the first half. Overhit the pass. Aidan Ryan is playing just about everywhere, as you expect from this tearaway wing forward. Back on the half-back line. Trying to get the forward line moving. Succeeding in doing so with Pat Fox darting inside goal. Pursued by Jerry McInerney. Tipperary going for goal. Fox the scorer. Tipperary are in front. Pat Fox's second goal of the match has come in the 20th minute of the second half. It was a tremendous bit of individual skill. Watch as he robbed the Sylvia Linane and Jerry McInerney combination. He got inside with tremendous pace, a good eye on the ball, angled himself for the shot, and there was simply no stopping it. Right into the roof of John Common's net. Pat Fox back there. It comes to Donny O'Connell. O'Connell looking for yet another Tipperary goal. The shot, the save by John Commons. Drilling it out dangerously in front of goal to Nicky English. Goalkeeper's out. And English is content with the point, and the referee's whistle sounds. The score does not count. No idea why the referee disallowed it, unless it was a pick-up off the ground. But this is the incident again. Watch for Nicky English coming in. Well, from here he didn't seem to tuck it off the ground. Meanwhile, in front of goal is Éanna Ryan, racing down on Ken Hogan. It's a goal! It's a Galway goal by Éanna Ryan. Galway go in front. When there was speculation at the other end about Nicky English's no point, Éanna Ryan stole inside, the hand pass away to Ken Hogan's right, and the best intentions of John Heffernan couldn't prevent it going in. So, is it to be Galway's day? Anthony Cunningham towards Éanna Ryan. Can he seal it here? To no lane. Lastia's captain has scored. That surely is that now. Lastia's captain, No Lane, got that lovely pass. He was unmarked by Éanna Ryan, and he finished perfectly right into the back of Ken Hogan's net.
Well, Tipperary's road had come to an end, but nonetheless their followers would look back on this year's championship and feel that it had been a satisfying one. For Galway, they were through to their third All-Ireland final in a row. They would meet either Kilkenny or Antrim. Now, all Gaeldom knew that it had to be Kilkenny. But nonetheless, as Tom Rooney reports, it wasn't all as straightforward as some people might have expected.
And they made a good start today as well. It's a long delivery from Paul McKillen, dropping into the edge of the Kilkenny square. And what about that for a finish from Danny McNaughton, the Antrim full forward? Great start then for the Ulster team. No score for Kilkenny yet. But Harry Ryan, the Kilkenny full forward, changes all that, opening his side's account, and it took Kilkenny 14.5 minutes of the first half to get their first point. Despite their problems up front, Kilkenny showing just how dangerous they can be. And here's Pat Welch in full flight for Kilkenny, making tracks to the Antrim goal, but his finish just not good enough. And while Kilkenny's opening point spurred them even further, the Antrim defence were always good under pressure, and none more so than goalkeeper Niall Patterson. And so at half-time, Antrim the leaders by 1-7 to 5 points. Kilkenny anxious to make a good start to the second half. And there's Harry Ryan to crash the ball home and give them the start they just needed, cutting Antrim's lead from 1-7 to 1-5, just 2 points between them. But Kilkenny, always good fighters, as they showed in the Leinster final. When they came back from half-time, they were well down to eventually overhaul Offaly. But Antrim too renowned for their fighting qualities, and certainly their performance in the first half showed that they're more than a match for Kilkenny. And here they come, launching another attack. high ball. And a great finish from Danny McNaughton, their full forward. His second goal of the match, and an equally spectacular effort, putting Antrim further in front, 5 points again between them. So Antrim still very much in the game, and Kilkenny badly needing scores as Liam McCarthy taken down, and Kilkenny get themselves a penalty. Referee making sure everything is in order. Ger Fennelly shoots, ball saved, comes back to Harry Ryan, and he puts it in the back of the net for his and Kilkenny's second goal. So now it's 2-7 for Antrim, 2-5 for Kilkenny, just 2 points in it. And that goal was the start of a Kilkenny revival, and the Leinster champions finding their range. Kieran Brennan there with that good point.
Antrim then showing they were not to be dismissed lightly and giving Kilkenny something to worry about. However, as expected, it was the Kilkenny Cats and Galway for the All-Ireland final. Galway were the favourites, but Kilkenny had that semi-final humiliation of 86 to spur them on. There was never going to be very much in the final, and it turned out to be a tension-filled one.
And so referee Terence Murray from Limerick sets the All-Ireland Championship centenary final underway. Richie Power hammering it down, but it's broken up by Johnny Keady for Galway. Way upfield towards Anthony Cunningham. Broken up here by Ger Henderson. And the opening line ball. And the player has taken a knock over on that far side. It's Kieran Brennan. Kieran Brennan went into a clash that time and also injured, you see, Jerry McInerney, the Kinvara player. And that's happened after about 15 seconds play. Pat Malone keeping it low in towards Brendan Linsky. I wonder if that's going to be the tactic. Joe Hennessy here, mopping up at the back. Steady and experienced defender. Down towards Pat Welch. Both sides trying to get on top early on, looking for the early breaks. Pat Malone again there, knocking it down towards Ian O'Ryan. His marker this afternoon is John Henderson. John holds off the forward, and the captain and fullback, Paddy Prendergast, deflects the save. Down towards Christy Heffernan. Galway punching well, 3 of them there, and it was Peter Finnerty who got it away. There's Steve Mahan. To Joe Cooney. A little chip shot. Kevin Fennelly read it all the way. Good save. Jerry McInerney racing for possession with Kieran Brennan of Kilkenny, getting inside to Ger Fennelly, trying to link up with Christy Heffernan, intercepted by Tony Keady from his own 65-metre line, and another good save by Kevin Fennelly here. Now he's in trouble, he's in real trouble. Galway, however, had Ian O'Ryan without a stick, and he couldn't really link up quickly enough, but gets it back to Michael McGrath now. Trying to turn, Sean Fennelly succeeds, looking for a loose man. That's Martin Naughton. Remember, he got the opening goal for Galway after about 3 minutes or thereabouts of the first match against Tipperary. Long ball down towards Christy Heffernan. Trying to turn inside towards Lester Ryan. Lester Ryan with a shoulder there by Peter Finnerty, and the referee decides that it's a foul. And I must say, from here it looked a fairly decent shoulder initially. Seemed a fairly decent shoulder initially. Lester Ryan went down. The referee, in any case, has awarded a free in for Kilkenny. So Ger Fennelly has this chance to put Kilkenny in front, and he's put it wide. Just the first wide of the match so far. 5 minutes gone. Breaks down between Ger Henderson and Joe Cooney, breaks down to Martin Naughton. Naughton, steady. Naughton scoring. Galway have gone in front again. To get it across towards Martin Naughton's wing, or maybe Jerry McInerney can get up there to augment the forward line back to Joe Hennessy. Hennessy keeps it cool, but that time ushered off the ball by Anthony Cunningham. Paddy Prendergast unmarked. Hooked by Michael McGrath. That's the second time he's done a good bit of defending. But it's Ger Fennelly outstanding on ceremony, and really they're whipping into one another at this stage. Steve Mahan getting it up to Martin Naughton, across to the unmarked Michael McGrath. Unmarked for a moment, that is. Can he steady himself sufficiently? Yes, and he's got the accuracy as well, and it's 4 points to 1. McGrath, the Star Chiefs player, he's a clubmate of Joe Cooney, has pushed Galway into a 3-point lead. Whipped away. Ger Fennelly. High High tackle by Peter Finnerty, and the referee calling across Peter Finnerty as he put that hurley around the head of Ger Fennelly. And the book is out yet again, I think. Ger Fennelly steadies himself, and he's put it over the bar. And just a point between the sides. And the referee just allowed about a minute and 15 seconds of injury time. As they say, there's a good deal more from this All-Ireland final, I think, that we've seen so far. Joe Cooney has switched in full forward, by the way, and Brendan Linsky is now on the 40. So as they start this second half, it's 5 points to 4. And we all hope here for an awful lot better than the sides produced in the opening 35 minutes. It's beginning to get drizzly and damp yet again. That's the bad news. Conor Hayes, dangerously across the goal. Ollie Kilkenny, the man in the breach, and here's the bustling Peter Finnerty. Out to Pat Malone, can't hold on to it. Ger Fennelly, and that's Kilkenny's first point from play. Ger Fennelly, of course, the scorer. He's got all 5 points, and the sides are level. Trying to let it run on. Comes to Brendan Linsky on the 40, inside. That's the sell to Anthony Cunningham. Trying to break open the Kilkenny defence. And at last we seem to be having a bit of real play in this All-Ireland final. Some nice hurling, nice combined stuff, and great finishing as Galway retake the lead. Kieran Brennan trying to hold up the play over there. Richie Parr one-handed inside. Jerry McInerney again dashingly forward towards Anthony Cunningham. Ger Fennelly, oh, that's a lovely ball into space. Good running by Harry Ryan. If he can get inside, Sylvie Linnane, the chip shot. Oh, it's a lovely point. Harry Ryan's first point means the sides are level again. 6 points apiece. Steve Mahan standing on the 45-minute line with a point. A strong man from midfield edges Galway ahead again. Certainly Liam McCarthy is in the action. Meanwhile, no Lane in a good position to score. Kevin Fennelly got his body in the right position to deny no Lane. Jerry McInerney reading the game so well, like a colossus on that left-hand side of the half-back line, but overhit the hand pass. And it's the other number 7, Sean Fennelly, up towards Liam Fennelly, broken up by Conor Hayes, a towering strength at fullback. Conor Hayes has kept Liam Fennelly absolutely scoreless. And just listen to the Galway support with 15 minutes to go. They lead by the very bare minimum, 9 points to 8. Steve Mahan to extend their lead. Steve Mahan with that lovely pass from Conor Hayes, and he's got his second point, and Galway lead by 2. Ger Fennelly, the free taker, the scorer of 7 points so far, nicely cut inside towards Liam Fennelly, breaks down towards Liam McCarthy. The freshman introduced about 5 or 6 minutes ago, right across the goal towards Fennelly, sweeping inside, top ball, just like Cummins again. That's the second splendid save he's made. Tommy Lennon, high over the bar, and there's just a point in it. The substitute Tommy Lennon, the scorer, is Ger Henderson. Down it goes, Jerry McInerney again makes a splendid catch. Oh, he's one of the men of the match. I don't know if he'll get the award, but certainly he's playing superbly. PJ Malloy inside towards Steve Mahan, just overhit that pass, but Mahan, strong man that he is, got it downfield. A race between Paddy Pendergast and Noel Lane. Lane with possession, back towards Linsky, and still Linsky getting inside, and the referee blows the whistle. Just outside the large parallelogram, and the referee for protesting by the Kilkenny backs against that decision. I think they thought that Linsky was barging going through, and the referee brought the ball into a more favourable position for Galway's Joe Cooney to put 2 points between the teams again. So Joe Cooney with 4 points so far. It's 10 points to 9. It's 11 points to 9. Galway lead by 2 again. Joe Cooney has got his 5th point of the afternoon. 2 defenders converging on Harry Ryan, and I think think it was Skinnerty who got the vital touch. So a line ball for Kilkenny, and Ger Fennelly is going up to take it. Kilkenny throwing men forward now. There's absolutely nobody in the middle of the field for Kilkenny at the moment. They've both gone forward, Lester Ryan and Ger Fennelly. Fennelly the taker. Now, to get something from this. It's broken up by Steve Mahan. Out to the unmarked Ian Ryan. Dodging around Sean Fennelly. And it's Ian Ryan on a solo burst. This is the step of which championship dreams are made. Ger Henderson breaking it up. Joe Cooney picking up that loose ball. Converging on goal, looking for an insurance score for Galway. Joe Cooney, hand pass to Ian Ryan to no lane. The shot, saved by Kevin Wilson. No! It's not in! No lane, the scorer! Joe Cooney set it up. Look at 4 defenders being attracted to him. The hand pass to 2 unmarked players. Ian Ryan couldn't hold him. Watch the shot of no lane. The keeper stopped it initially, but couldn't prevent it. Scrambled clear and in over the line. Linsky and Sean Fennelly over there. That's Lester Ryan turning delightfully towards the 2-man attack. Kilkenny are in front at the moment. And the Galway fans, is this finally to be their year? Sean Fennelly will have something to say about that, as the match is just a minute and a half left. Tony Keady from outside his own 65-metre line, and that now is certainly a point which crosses Galway's position. Tony Kilkenny is coming into the match, so too are throngs of Galway fans. They thought that was the final score. Pat Malone drives it downfield, and of course this Galway team steeped, this Galway county indeed, steeped in tradition. They were beaten in the first All-Ireland final, and they've lost 14 others, but the referee's whistle sounds, and it's Galway who are the new All-Ireland champions. They complete a league and championship double. The manager who's been shared off. He was the manager in 1980 when they won it last. He was also the manager when they lost in the last 2 years. He vowed then he'd come back. He has, and that's the final position. Galway win by 6 points. It's Galway 112, Kilkenny 9 points.
Running on Curtin around captain Hunter O'Hare.
He's already received the league championship this season, and now he completes the double. Conor Hayes, the most successful captain, I suppose, ever of a Galway team.